Nqaba Bhanga, very good morning to you. Thank you so much for your time. It was a tug of war to eventually get you in that position. Talk to us about this really mammoth task that resulted in you being voted in yesterday.
Firstly, I must explain that what happened yesterday was not acceptable. That you would have bodyguards of the speaker purporting to hijack her in a meeting, and that is in full view of South Africans, because it was a planned and calculated thing that was led by the speaker, because she faced a court interdict if a mayor was not elected. Here, Andile Lungisa's bodyguard and her bodyguards took her out in that. And the problem in the city, as I've said, when Andile Lungisa was released, and I knew that there was going to be violence, and he was outside the venue commanding everything for this to happen. And then they don't only threaten councillors, they also threaten the life of a municipal manager. They sent him an SMS. What happened is that the municipal manager presided over the meeting. And then we appointed a speaker, Councillor Marlon Daniels, then it was seconded. The municipal manager sought a legal opinion from the attorney, which said the speaker abandoned the meeting, not only abandoned, she did not attend the meeting. Which means that in terms of the Municipal Systems Act, when the speaker abandons the meeting, 61 councillors, which were 65, can appoint a speaker, which we did, and then a mayor was elected. Council recused the municipal manager because of the threat to look after his family. The message was saying if the city manager doesn't leave the meeting or recuse himself, they will make sure that they recuse his family and his children. This is not acceptable. This city cannot be based on violence. What we're going to do, or if we did not elect a mayor yesterday, we could have lost 1.6 billion rand. We have already lost 500 million rand. The ANC in its act was prepared that the equitable share that would service the poor, we could have lost it. What we need to do is that we need to make sure that we respond to COVID-19 and put more enforcement, educate our people. We need to clean our streets, not only clean our street, deal with the sewer and the water problem. But the biggest thing we must do is that we have lost 21 people through assassinations in the city, which were killed. You saw it, people coming to council, a democratic institution with guns. We need to bring back peace and stability in the city. The killings must stop, and they're going to stop. Those bodyguards have been recorded. We're going to report them. I'm meeting with the city manager now. One of the problems here, there's no stability. The ANC have dragged the city down and it's collapsing. We're about to save it. We're going to make sure that there's law and order in the city, there's stable leadership. All parties have seconded and supported this. People are disgusted in the city with what the ANC have done to our people.
Mayor Bhanga, you speak about the importance of ensuring that you stop the killings. This is a serious problem. How are you going to tackle it? Surely you need a really good strategy, perhaps a commission of some sort of inquiry to make sure that these killings that you're able to get to the bottom of the killings.
The first thing we're going to do is that we have established a government that is not going to use its power to instigate violence, like what the ANC have done to our people in the city. The second thing we have to do is that Mr. Lungisa broke his parole. And when he's out, there's violence. We're going to make sure that we raise this issue with the Department of Correctional Services. We are going to speak to business, stakeholders, SMMEs, to say fighting and killing each other, it's not something we should do. What we should do is to deliver services and make everybody work. We must inspire back hope to our people, that the city of Mandela must emulate his values, that we can work together even if we come from different political associations. And all other parties except the ANC have accepted that. We are going to make sure that we put systems in place that we separate between politicians and the administration. Because if we can't separate that line, that's what caused instability. And that's what we are committing to do.
The legality of your position as is still one that is under question. Are you at all concerned about it? Are you seeking any legal advice? Is there anything to worry about?
The legal advice was not sought by us, it was sought by the municipal manager yesterday, that the meeting is properly constituted. The attorney was there, he briefed all of us, he said the meeting was properly constituted and therefore we can proceed with the meeting. And also there was a court order, 2 court orders that the speaker was in contempt of. That's why she purported as if she was hijacked. That there must be an election of a mayor in Nelson Mandela yesterday, and that we have done. If they think that there was something illegal about it, let's meet in court. And we're ready. What we're doing now, we're putting structures, we're forming a government. I'm meeting with the city manager to give him instruction this morning.
As you put structures and form this government, we know that more than 1 billion rand, of grants and funds meant for the municipality had been withheld by National Treasury. What sort of steps and processes are you now taking to release these funds that are really needed, especially that the municipality has gone for almost a year without these grants?
You must remember that it was me who wrote to the National Treasury about the irregularities and the corruption that was happening there. And part of the conditions, we forced them to implement the recommendations of the National Treasury. And the National Treasury have committed that if a mayor is elected, that money will be released. Now a mayor has been elected, we expect the money to be released to service the people. And make sure that there's a budgeting and monitoring, that services are delivered to the people of Nelson Mandela. Rest assured, the money will be delivered. We have met all the requirements that the National Treasury expected. The only thing they wanted was that the mayor must be elected, because it is stipulated in the Municipal Structures Act that the mayor is responsible for the IDP and the budgeting of the city, and that has been done.
You go into this position with the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro identified as a hotspot when it comes to COVID-19. And we have seen, numerous deaths taking place. That of former Nelson Mandela Bay Mayor Mongameli Bobani was also related to COVID-19. Talk to us about some of your priorities as you step into this position, especially as we head into the festive season with the hotspot hanging over your head.
We have to deal with COVID-19 decisively. One of the things is that when there's no leadership, there's no head in a place, things do not go in the right direction. What we're going to do, the first thing is that we're going to put up a campaign to educate our people, take them on board, give them information, put up, implement the restriction, put up law and order and enforcement, because there's not been an enforcement. People were just doing whatever they want to do. And make sure that we put enforcement, put our security forces on the ground to guide and work with our people for us to fight. We're going to work with the business, we're going to work with the health department and our hospitals around, and give any other support that is needed. We're going to put finances in this campaign to make sure that we change the scenario. COVID-19 kills, and we're a hotspot because of recklessness that politicians have put our people into, failure to provide them leadership. We're going to make sure that we act. It's part of the priorities that I'll be discussing with the city manager this morning.
Very well. Unfortunately, we've run out of time, but thank you for your time.